In life, we have many people that have opinions about us. Many people that look to us and have a kind of picture about what type of people we are. Many a times, some of us have been underrated, or our potential has not been seen by others. But I want to tell you something about God. God knows you. He does not just know you, He knows what He can make of you. He knows the potential that is there in you, that He has placed in you. When you look into the life of David, people did not recognize his potential. People could not recognize what David's ability was, what David could achieve. We look into the family life of David. When you open to 1 Samuel chapter 16, we see the prophet Samuel entering the house of Jesse, David's father, and searching for one of Jesse's sons to anoint him so that he would be the next king. And Jesse brings all his other children except David, because Jesse, the father, could not see potential in David, but he could see potential in his other children. He could see potential in David as only a shepherd boy. And that's why he did not bother to call David when Samuel came to anoint him. Jesse, the father of David, could not see anything great that David could achieve, but God could see it. And then what happens is Samuel, he looks at all the sons of Jesse and rejects them all and calls for the last son, that is David. You see, God could see potential in David. God could see what He could make out of David. I want to tell you today, if people are underrating you, if people are not recognizing what you can do, what you can achieve, what abilities you have, what giftings you have, if people are not recognizing you, God does recognize you. God does know what you are able to. If you only begin to be like David, a man after the heart of God, all that ability that is inside of you, God will reveal it, or God will expose it for the world to see. David's ability, everyone could see. Why? Because he was a man after the heart of God. God brought Samuel into David's life. Before this, Samuel and David had never met. Samuel and Jesse never met. God leads Samuel into Jesse's house. God leads Samuel to meet David, and God uses Samuel to reveal the potential of David. I want to speak to you who's watching right now. Maybe you are able to do amazing things, big things in your life, but you are being suffocated or you are being pressed down because nobody's seeing your potential. Run after God, and God will begin to expose you, show the world what He can make out of you. From a shepherd boy, God made David the king of that nation. From a shepherd boy, from a nothing, from a low place, God lifted him up. Even in the later stage of David, after he was anointed by Samuel, we see David being called to play music before Saul. Now, everybody looked at David and said, what a musician. They could only look at him as a musician. Prior to this, everybody could see David as a shepherd boy. His family saw him shepherd boy. Saul and the people around him saw David as a musician. They just tagged him, boxed him in that one place. But God did not keep him only to be a musician. He was gifted as a musician, but God called him for greater things. There was great potential in David, and God could see it. I want to tell you today, maybe nobody is recognizing your giftings. Maybe nobody can see what you can become. But if you run after God, God will begin to show the world what He can make out of you. Wherever you are, the lowest place, from a shepherd boy, David could be lifted up as king. From whichever place you are, if you run after God, God will definitely lift you up. There is great potential in each one of us, and God is the only one that can reveal, that can expose us and show the world what He can make out of us. Run after God, and your hidden potentials will begin to be revealed, and God will surely lift you up.